In tonight's episode of Phoenix Wright, Mr. Red White finally takes the stand. This is the man that's bought off the judge, bought off the lawyers, bought off the whole country. And we have to try and make him crack on trial in order to save our own lives. Because remember, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, is now on trial for his life. Well, greetings everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. We are right here at the conclusion of Turnabout Sisters as we head into the final day trial. This has been a long battle coming, and of course, this is now deadly serious for Phoenix Wright, as he may well find himself in the dock for murder. So, let us get right back into this section to see if we can save Phoenix and get the real madman behind bars. Stardate, September the 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Well, I guess this is it.
Yes, it is. I'm kind of in trouble, and I have to say, I kind of blame you. One way or another, this case gets decided today.
Oh, Phoenix, look.
Oh my god, it's the scary guy with the crazily good suits. I hate him and I love him, all at the same time. It's Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I received a call from the public prosecutor's office yesterday.
That's a lovely story. Thank you for sharing with me the things that are happening in your life.
He told me that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth, no matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me.
What? No! Does that mean that White has the judge in his pocket as well? I'm screwed. I'm in trouble. Oh no, I might as well give up now and start picking out curtains for my jail cell. So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty? End of story?
I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything.
Why? I'm going to chew stuff with my mouth and have big cheeks, and while I'm chewing stuff, I'm going to sound angry. How can you torment an innocent person like this?
Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent.
You're amazing. You're the greatest lawyer. That's exactly what a lawyer should be. Indecisive, unsure about what the truth is, and generally amoral.
All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty.
Wow, this is some sick guy. Everyone's guilty. Everyone should go to jail.
So I make that my policy.
Edgeworth, look, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Let's go and have some beers. Maybe exchange hairdressing tips. Maybe swap suits. Just for fun. You've changed, man.
Huh? Phoenix, you know him?
Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright.
Oh, this is so a bit dramatic. What are we? Long lost colleagues, long lost brothers? Is it my father? Daddy!
Phoenix?
Well, court will be opening for session soon.
What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. He's not...
I'll be defending myself. I've decided the best lawyer in the country is me. And I'm always the best judge of character. Best judge of character indeedy.
What?
Okay, let's do this. No objections. I'll be the one doing the objectioning. Thank you.
Oh dear, we're so screwed. September the 9th, stardate, 10 a.m. Something like that. District Court. Courtroom. Number 1. I do hope it's the same judge. Come on, you judge. Ba-blah. Ha-ha!
Well, the court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
And the defense is ready to defend myself.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? It's just that over the last few months, I've noticed that you're not very good. Therefore, perhaps you should consider hiring a lawyer who, maybe knows the law.
Yes, Your Honor, I have considered this from all angles and decided that I will defend myself.
Understood. Well, at least this should be quick, so I can go and get back to my spa. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of another witness to the defendant's crime.
I see. Perhaps it would have been useful to hear from this defendant during the first trial, but, not going to be one to be picky about these kind of things. The prosecution may call its witness.
That went far too smoothly. These guys are like bosom buddies and they love each other and they pass money to each other and all sorts of things that I don't really want to describe. That's what's going on here. A big love fest of criminality. That's what this is. It's like racism for criminals. Criminality. Criminalism. That's what you are, Edgeworth. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why this witness didn't testify before? That's what I would have done. But no, they're all just screwed with each other. And blackmailing and I'm going to jail. It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's going to be me.
Well, if I let it go, he's going to come as a witness, and if I object, he's still going to come as a witness. But at least I suppose I've made my case and kind of cast doubt on this witness's testimony already. So hey, let's do it. I object. Go on, stick him with that. Fix it with that steely glaze and let's do it.
Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Mia Fey?
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court and your good self, Phoenix Wright.
Oh, well, excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor and apology and stuff. Let's move on very quickly before anyone calls into question what's actually going on here.
Great, he gets to show off by apologizing and being all humble for the first time, and it wasn't even sincere. And I get nowhere.
I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand.
Oh, that's a winning smile. Oh no, I'm going to have to do my Scottish accent again.
Please state your full name.
You wish to know the title of my patronage? Ho, bling bling man.
Your name?
Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse you, wee laddie?
I need to know your name.
These two are great together. I'm glad these two are on the same side. If they're enemies, they'd really be tearing one off each other. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nemo.
Nino, Blanco Nino. Isn't that like El Nino's like a hurricane. Blanco's like French for white, I think. So it's like white something. White wind, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure what the Nino is, apart from the hurricane reference. But the hurricane reference could be referred to after something else. It could even mean red.
I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp.
Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey?
That would be a negatory. No, I did not.
You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder.
Correct, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And you witnessed the murder from there.
Why tell you what you already know? You're asking me questions that you already know the answer to. This is a bit of a waste of my time here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be on a little bear, you know.
Very well, Mr. White, thank you for that incomprehensible gibberish of ethnic dialect. You may begin your testimony.
If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Doo-doo, doggy doo-dooed all over the court. I'm going to sweat and wonder why I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing. Come on, Phoenix, you can be a hero.
Oh, no. Well, let me just show off my rings and my bling, and I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer, because you ain't gonna have peace with anyone else there.
Let him have it, Phoenix. Do him. With a gun.
Witness testimony. Witness's account. Okay, guys, we need to look for inconsistencies and errors in this testimony.
Let's see. It was about 9 o'clock, I believe. It was quietly perusifying. Oh, that's reading to your little peons over there. Some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look across the building across the way. And I saw the girl screaming, and then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. And then she was lying there, dead, with light lighting up her boobs. Finally, there was a temperable impaction, and then it was all over.
That seems perfectly plausible. I was asleep during most of it, but I'm sure that it was a good testimony with a good story, and hopefully with some pictures of boobs at some point as well. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright, who's also the defendant. God, this is confusing. Your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honour. I will now attempt to clear my name, even though everyone is currently being blackmailed by everyone else. Right. Let's see, it was about 9 PM, I believe. Well, how does he know it was 9 PM? Huh? Let's just check what evidence we've got on us. Okay, so we've got the attorney badge. We've got the kind of the layout of the room that shows what he can see and what he can't see. Fair enough. We've got the May's testimony. The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. A department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. The wiretap. And of course the statue. And some glass shards from the broken stuff. And then we've got the conversation between Chief and Mayor. And Mayor's auto support. She got killed by the blow. Okay, so I don't think there's anything we can present as evidence against that. But we can certainly press him and see what... how does he know it was 9 PM and stuff like that? How do you know what time it was? Oh, because I'm always abso-positively perfect, you know. No, you're not getting away with that. You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. Perhaps if you'd paid more trusting, you wouldn't have ended up being a murderer. So, what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyway, whoever it was, Miss May ordered the room service for 9 PM, and it happened soon after the room service arrived. That's what Miss May said too. Press further, hold back. I don't see what else we'd get by pressing that one further, because it seems that kind of fits with everything else we've got so far. Other than the fact that Miss May said that she was kind of there alone and the guy didn't see anyone else, but I think we'll hold back on that one. I don't see anything to gain by attacking him on this one any further. Okay, what were you doing at the time? I was quietly perusifying. That's reading to you some papers by the window. Okay.
Well, is there a chair by the window? There probably is. I mean, he could have been reading by the window. I don't see what's kind of wrong with that. We could press him on it, see if he, maybe it was a good book he was reading, get some recommendations for later.
By window, do you mean the one directly across from Fay & Co. Law Office?
Ah, correct. That is the only window you see.
And you were there reading papers?
Correct. Well done. You've cottoned on nicely. I said I was reading papers, and you've understood that I'm actually sitting there reading the paper. You're a smart lad. I can see why you became a lawyer and not at all an idiot. The gate waiter is a businessman's hotel, and I am a businessman who had business to do. Then I heard a bedlam come. Well, hang on. Maybe it was like double glazing. Weren't the windows shut? I mean, how would he have heard all this kind of stuff? Surprised I turned to look at the building across the way. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, I can't see object to that kind of stuff unless there's something with the window. Then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. Hang on, she said that she saw that murder as well. And the victim, she ran away but gave chase. Now, I wonder if we can do something with this line, because the lady said she ran one way and then the other. I wonder if we can maybe get him to give some evidence on that, and he'll get it wrong, and then I can present evidence against it. Let's try it.
Hold it. Could you please specify that a bit further? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened.
Of course, I'd love to tell the court about how you bludgeoned the wee lassie. I comprehend and I understand what you are saying. The victim was attacked by you and then ran to the left. You gave chase and you struck her down.
Are you sure?
Ah, there's some bling for you. As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect.
Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail.
Okay, now I think then I can present the testimony of Mia Fey against that. The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. Here we go. Objection! Come on, let's take him down.
It's finger time. You're wrong. Wait right there. Stop very much. Thank you. I'm the man. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. You're dead, dead, dead.
What is this? You've interrupted me. If anyone interrupts me, then I generally have them murdered. But what's before I have you killed? What's the problem?
You said the victim ran to the left. That's the hand with the L shape between the finger and the thumb. But that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. Oh, she clearly stated that the victim ran right.
It is simple. You have misheard her.
I think not. I will pat my bit of paper in an arrogant way. Let's look at the floor plans. The killer was here. I've marked it with a K. And the victim was here. I've marked it with a V for victim. If the victim ran to the left as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. Which would have been silly. No one escapes by running into a glass thing. And she would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd?
Wow, that's an awesome drawing. Some one of you lovely subscribers was telling me the other day that they'd played the original versions of these and on the DS, and that the pictures were far better on the DS. And I don't know, maybe you could tell me that in the comment section. But I think these pictures are really quite funny. I mean, they're completely over the top, but that's a good facial. Oh, and a lovely look to the side as well. Oh, very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did.
Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one.
True, but maybe that's because he was standing on the other side of her. Maybe he really did see the victim run left, so he did witness the killing. Wait a second!
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court?
They're both right, because Miss May was standing on the window and saw her run to the right, and Mr. White is right because he saw her run to the left because he was in the damn room, so they're both right.
Both witnesses are telling the truth for once.
Ha! I doubt it. I doubt it so much. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction.
There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts.
What? You dare to contradict me? How about we take this outside and settle it the old-fashioned way, with shotguns and nuclear warheads?
No! I prefer to settle things with my finger. Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel.
Big bang of the hammer. Oh, Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Yes. What do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel?
If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? Oh, he's digging his own grave on this one. I think it's time for you to look exceptionally smug, Phoenix. Oh, that's good, smug.
In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course.
Oh, that got the crowd going. Oh, and a double wham from the hammer. Triple wham from the hammer.
More specifically, he was standing here.
Show the court where Mr. White was standing. He was standing in the killer spot, because he's the killer.
This is where he was. Look. When the victim ran for the door. If he was watching from this point to him, it would appear that she ran to the left.
Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. Maybe later is time for the jokes in ill taste, like between the hours of 6:30 and 7. That's the time for jokes in ill taste. But now it's only 12:01 p.m. I don't know what the time is, but either way, now is not the time for jokes in ill taste. So I go into space. That is where the killer was standing.
He's actually completing my case for me?
Order! I will have order. Chips and lemonade and lime. Extra lime. Hold the lime. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. I will contempt you and insult your mother with insults that only a judge of 9,000 years old can use. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting?
You little rapscallion. You're making me sweat and my hair's gone all funny. And my bling is not quite as blingy as it was.
Postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor.
Indeed, they do seem a little bit far-fetched.
Hey. I'd forgotten momentarily that I'd bought everyone off. Of course, I'm absolutely fine. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. It's like watching Lawyers Got Talent right here in the courtroom. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to buzz my wee buzzer and send you on your way on account of you being a liar.
It's pronounced lawyer. Your accent won't get past me. Stop laughing.
The hilarity of the moment made me remember something from before. It was a funny story. You see, there was an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman, and the Scotsman shot them all. It was a great joke. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologise. Mr. Your Honour. Mr. Your Honour. That's funny. Might I be allowed to testify just one mini time?
Very well, that's fine. Let's just hear your revised testimony. Change everything you said, no problem. It doesn't belittle the court or my lifestyle or my job or my work at all. You just say it again, fine.
Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy, old bud, chum, buddy.
Witness testimony. She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow.
And then she died.
That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lorry? You must remember for her blood. Her blood is on your wee crimson-stained digitariums. That's my word for hands, laddie.
Well, That does seem to make sense. She was running all over the place, you know, there was a murderer there, so she was like, oh no, this way, and then, oh no, that way, and then you were like, blap, 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 with the clock, and down she went, you see. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony?
You bet I will. I mean, yes, buddy. I mean, no. I mean, yes, Mr. Your Honor, I will.
Cross-examination. Well, what are we going to do with this then? Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. When you hit her savagely, that's what I saw. See, I think that we have a bit of evidence that says she died from one blow. It'll be the autopsy, where it was. Autopsy, where are ya? Died from a blow. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit, but it does say a blow. So, if we go back to the one that says you chased her and delivered the final blow, let's present the evidence that says, no, there was only one blow. Which is that one. Okay, I present this. Ha-ha! Mr. White, have a look at the end of my finger and then read the wrinkle on the top of my nose. The victim died from a single blow. Ah, you've beaten me with mathematical principles of which I have no control. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts, in the bollocks. Come over here and spread those legs wide, you Scottish piece of tripe. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I did, sir. It's because I am. Have you not seen my tie? How could someone wearing this tie not be abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on, as clearly you have misguided me. Oh, thank you, Mr. Lawyer, for helping me in this way. Now, please shut up so we can put you to a jail. Your Honour, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony.
The witness is obviously confused and Scottish, Your Honour. I would like to...
I made myself laugh with my own joke. That was good.
I would like to request a 10-minute break.
Ah, that seems quite reasonable. A confused witness will never do. Go and give him some prompting out the back.
Objection! The witness is confused because he is lying. He's one of those liar type things. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honour.
Oh, and the court shouts, will he want justice? Don't let him get away.
Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony.
The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now, White. You can't blackmail them all.
Mr. White?
Okay. I will now revise my testimony to say the following. Well, you see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned, and then she ran for the door. And then you did her in with a single blow with a thwap on the head, and it went thwap, and it made I chilled myself to my bone, because you were such an evil little blighter.
Thwap. I don't believe I have ever said the word thwap before, but it was actually quite fun. Therefore, I will say it again. Thwap. It's a good word. I shall use it again. Perhaps unexpectedly, when no one is expecting me to use it. At a time when no thwap! Ha! It's fun. I know that was fun. Anyway, you may now begin the cross-examination.
Mr. Your Honour, my stomach, you see, is hurting. I've got the squits. You see, earlier I had some haggis, and then I should have stopped, but I had some more haggis. Except this haggis was actually haggis from a dodgy source. It came from a sick sheep with a sick sheep's bladder, with black pudding in it, and it was all mixed with all this Welsh food, and had a bit of Irish stuff in there as well. And even worse than that, it had something that was English. It was like some Yorkshire pudding in the haggis, and it's made me feel extremely ill. And I'm going to squit any time right now.
now, and I probably need a break to go and deal with the squits, and then I'll come right back for sure. Deal with it? Well, I've had the squits ever since the beginning of this trial, and I'm still standing right here. I stand behind the desk because I'm wearing a huge nappy, and you're not going anywhere. This is almost over. Cross-examination. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid we are almost out of time. Therefore, we will have to stop our cross-examination here. If you have enjoyed putting Mr. Red White on the ropes, then do give the video a little like. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I wouldn't want you to miss the end of this exciting case. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.